Goetia in Chaos Magic. A very interesting detail in Chaos Magic is that our beliefs are used as tools, not as ends in religions themselves. In the organization of our activities, first become aware of the rules which we accept in a given activity to get the desired results, including different focuses. For this we can freely improvise and even alter procedures to fit as our possibilities. This is the big difference of Chaos Magic to other magical practices philosophies. So all activities that depend on a belief does not cease to be the way created or already adapted in modern times, but above all do what we can, than concerned about what the rules of other faiths condemn. This in no way means that betray the underlying belief of any magic, but allows expand and transmute things that pass of meaning, than other not so significant. As an example, serve the ancient Hebrew belief, the time of Solomon, in which many values outlined the structure of your Goetia biblical activities as the sacrifice of the firstborn. The first Bible record of offerings made to God related to Cain and Abel. We read, "Came to pass after some time that Cain proceeded to bring some fruits of the soil as an offering to Jehovah. But as for Abel, he also brought of the firstborn of his flock, even their fatty pieces." Genesis 4:3-4. Much can attest to the veracity and effectiveness of Goetia Solomonic and its rules before a deep knowledge and practice of the Jewish religion, as well as all of Kabbalah which it originated. But it is necessary to practice it verbatim to set up within their basic requirements governing rule as absolute and scope within the limits of governing his writings ancestors. But for a broad and deep study of its possibilities, rather than their ancestral rules, only one Jewish person can attest them with absolute property, absolute rules. Otherwise it will be like Christians who try to merge today Kabbalistic knowledge ancestors within Christianity. Trying like any magic practitioner fit a right and wrong that fit only in the evaluation of those who practiced and signed by its results only. Times have changed and currently practicing in the same modern belief procedures as ancestral origins, the person to sacrifice, similar to worship to an all-powerful God. As well Solomon was with some leaders of the conquered people, loses any and all praise to automatically the modern person is condemned before the laws. Systematically a whole column of solid walls in which concepts of being and in which the existence of a person beget the here and now, fall apart from realizing that there is something beyond that, not the collapse of reality, but new concepts and considerations open the door of a concept beyond ready and built. While some things start to make sense, the sense of others is lost, which coincides with a very typical nihilistic reaction. So the new belief has to fit in modernity, then follow a mistranslated and misplaced ancient literature. New things also generate effective results for some but not for all, as well as the Solomonic Goetia may work for some but not for all. Then the magic transmitted effectiveness from one person to another can be the most part and only for some people, while for others of different bases, will not have the same success. No doubt the constant tutelage lends itself to this is very valuable and naturally charged, but as the books at all do not guarantee success. The only difference is that besides being able to ask questions beyond the already past, we also know at the most we'll be able to finish, nothing else. Nothing assures that any changes from what was taught, as your chances in certain circumstances, can be effective or not, and that something out of the script that will be exposed to you may even be useful or not, because the person who gives you the protection has been trained and what specifically was training their students. So teachers were trained to do and so will train. Within those limits, in the case of Solomonic Goetia, is what one teaches that work. Nothing more, nothing less. Used like the pages of a book or images from a video class in which you are passed instructions of how to something, as a matter classroom of first and second degree do not make male and female students and masters of their science. Maximum gives minimal knowledge to say that the student person knows something taught at the end. Practice is the only effective school by guarantee, and the results the only evidence of any effective teaching about the right and wrong. So books on Goetia fill the web pages, but focused only on what works for some people without a foundation of common ground to reach such effective results. Really is the same procedure to take a jet in the hand of a teenager with no experience and no pilot's license to take off from Mars Airport in Sao Paulo. Maybe it will not work. The book Grimoire Goétia, distributed in Portuguese by Editora Clube de Autores and soon in the Create Space publisher, invokes from the Hebrew ancestors' bases even people highlighted by which wandered their practice by passing the ages. Studies from its historical aspect, with its Greek and Roman influence, form more other influences also in more recent adaptations, from the Golden Dawn, Thelemic, the most satanic modern and soon to be inserted into the African American practices, in addition to protests that such miscegenation may cause to the traditionalists, nothing better than results to prove or condemn its practitioners, within the scope of belief, so important to the Magick. The Magick of Chaos goes a step further when encompasses Goétia in practices as the predominant Brazilian religion, Christianity, into the own Portuguese maximum ease of understanding of the Goétia. This book is dedicated to introduction and oriented to actual practice, not a final Bible. Any questions or complaints, please contact below. Grateful for your attention.